Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. It's a rematch of one of the great NFL playoff games of all time. The Chargers and Dolphins underway from Miami. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's 2nd down.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's Herbert. Finds Johnston. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A big play that time on the catch and run. And the Chargers are going to get themselves a fresh set of downs here. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 38. Dobbins running out of the gun. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
That's complete to Disley, the tight end. They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll run with Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. J.K. Dobbins. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers are on the board first here this afternoon. And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Chargers 7, Dolphins
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. A short throw there. That's to Smythe, the tight end. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. In motion, Hill. First carry for Raheem Mostert. Fighting his way through contact. And Mostert going to pick up a Dolphins first down as he'll get this up past the 40.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Here's Tua. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And he'll back up a few steps as he'll make the fair catch at about the 8-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Now 2nd and 9. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Herbert now. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Here we go on 4th. Herbert. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down, and that was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give him a new set of downs. Back to throw here, Herbert. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he's got room. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He got 29 yards that time.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
He's going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Again, Herbert. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Dolphins are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. After the turnover, it's Tua. They'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Was I just a nightmare?
Tua, a final shot before half. Trying to lay one up deep. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Braxton Berrios as time expires in the first half. And the Dolphins have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be first and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play, and that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Play action. Now it's Tua. Throw left side complete. That's Hill. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And always sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Ordinarily, 3rd down is a passing down, but how about that explosive run right there? And when you get a run like that, that means everything came together. Offensive linemen, they didn't just get to the first guys. They got to the second level to help downfield. And I've always said, any run over 7 yards means the wide receivers have done an excellent job blocking downfield.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Now Tua. This one thrown underneath to Achane. So the completion good for just 3. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It was Joey Bosa working his way in to bust that one up. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And he's going to take this one down to the 25.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On play action, here's Tua. Dancing to his left. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Miami. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range. Gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty. And now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over. Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2. Seems pretty obvious defensively the key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Give them 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Another run here with Dobbins. And some room to work. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 49 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fool them with the inside run.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and again to Dobbins. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead. So how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
Herbert. That is caught. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Josh Palmer from 10 yards out. And the Chargers have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end. They'll come up. 1st and 10 here. Tua. Here's H.A. to start the drive.
Another miss.
Still on his feet. He's still on his feet. He may go. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devon Achane, 68 yards. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Sanders on for the extra point.
Hello? I'm going to leave.
And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th.
Ain't no good right there. Let me show you how to do it right here.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Here's 1st and 10. Herbert. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Throwing, Herbert. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Johnston hauls it in. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
Well, the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Now 2nd and 4. Here's a give to Dobbins, and he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Well, this crowd doing their best to make a lot of racket. It's 3rd and 5. Herbert to throw.
BBG is now selling his motion to the
He's
public.
got his
The
target.
appeal
That's
usually
complete.
released.
Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the 1st quarter. Try to get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
This is 1st and 10.
See the 10 in the face with a fatty. I
Now
stand there like I'm a daddy. I spent $10,000 on that. I spent
He's gonna let it
$2,000 on here.
fly.
Got a budget to break
And
some
that
ass.
is incomplete. Took a shot there
I
on
don't even
1st
care.
down, but he
I ain't never
couldn't
get
bring
played
it
by a
in.
woman. I stick with the
Maybe
man.
looking
She
for
had a
a
rare.
flag, but they're not going to get one there. They took a shot.
We have an affair.
Find a way
Go
to
and get you
sneak
some
in the
money or
field goal
something.
range,
Niggas
but it's
waiting on me, I ain't running.
And now
Like
the
a horny
time
bitch, you
almost
know I'm
gone.
coming.
The task
Everything that
gets
they do,
much
I
more
done done.
difficult.
This mission ain't new to me, nigga. I've been doing this since I'm a fucking
One
young.
final
All this
try for
bustin' ain't new to me, nigga.
Tagovailoa.
I'm getting the blues. I'm constantly dumping.
Now a desperation throw deep
To the chicken, I cry
downfield.
like
And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up
ain't new to
empty.
me, nigga. I've been doing this since I'm a fucking young.
Game is over. Well, it took us until the final play, Chuck, to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, or they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded, because we've seen the improbable